What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to be taking you through my journey of how I achieved my dream physique right here and eliminated all of my brain fog in under 2 years. All while in school, training less than 7 hours a week, no endless cardio, no long drawn out gym sessions, and even no tracking calories. So the short answer, hormone optimization, which jacks up your metabolism, eliminates brain fog, boosts muscle growth. So in order to achieve all of these things that I've done, it all stemmed from hormone optimization. And the reason I found this out was because I kept researching. I kept trying to find ways to speed up my journey because it's all I cared about at the time. So I just wanted results faster, more efficient results, greater ROI on my effort. So let me explain you exactly how I did that. And the shocking part, I didn't have good genetics. I started off here, as you can see, like a skinny fat Indian, and it took me over a year to crack the code. So I spent a long time in the gym taking bad advice, and I ended up gaining quite a lot of fat and just not achieving anywhere near my dream physique until I actually learned the method of hormone optimization, and that's when it took my physique to a whole nother level. So, if you don't know me, a quick backstory about me. As a kid, I had quite a lot of things going for me. I had studies, we can see here, winning some award for some club that I was a part of. I was doing loads of sports, tennis, football, badminton, you name it here. Doing loads of sports, loads of things I was doing. Let me minimize this real quick. A lot of things that kept me busy and productive, that I was grinding and looking back, and I felt alive during those times. You're going to hear this concept of feeling alive. I'm going to be mentioning it because when you look back at the times when you truly were always busy and always productive and always felt alive, that's the times, even if it's high stress, those are the times that you actually truly feel the grind, you feel productive. So yeah, at this time I was doing all of that. And yeah, that was me as a kid. Then, when I turned around 12, I stopped doing all of these things. Stopped focusing on my studies. Literally even stopped playing all these sports. And this was when I got into my secondary school. And I stopped most of these sports, started playing video games. And I basically stopped everything productive that I was doing as a child. And yeah, this is what I looked at like during that period of time. So yeah, during this period of time, 12 to 15, I had literally basically nothing going for me. I was skinny, only ate junk food, not attractive, and wasted years of time grinding video games. Literally around 3 or 4 years just wasted away. Fortnite, Rocket League, you name it. Then, 15 to 17, I started focusing on my looks and improving my aspect of this life. So yeah, this is what I looked like around 15, 16. So yeah, that's what I mainly focused on because I wanted to improve my looks, but I still didn't have much going for me, no productive grind that made me feel alive. I was still drinking pretty regularly, and yeah, it had nothing, no productive grind that actually made me feel alive. And this all changed at 17 when I started going to the gym. I finally had a productive grind that made me feel alive and replicated that video game feeling of just leveling up my stats. That's also something you're about to hear quite a lot because that's something that truly transformed my mindset, was wanting to keep leveling up my stats, wanting to keep getting better and better in every aspect of my life, because once you start treating life like a video game, you can grind it as easily as you can grind a video game. And then by this point, when I properly started the gym, all I wanted to do was grind the gym. I didn't care about TV shows, cinema, holidays. I didn't care about partying. I literally cared about nothing except achieving my dream physique. And this was kind of what I was going for, like this sort of lean, aesthetic, tall, like this was the physique that I wanted. I never wanted like a super bulky stuff. I wanted to just be aesthetic. That was truly my like goal, and that's why I grinded for like 2 years straight until I achieved a physique similar to this. And I wouldn't say I'm fully there yet, but I'm definitely a lot closer than I used to be. So at this point, all I wanted to do was just level up my stats. I started to love and appreciate the journey, the chase, as many people call it, because this was the funnest part. Literally chasing a physique like this, or if for you it might not be physique, it might be something else, but this is just what I was chasing, and it was super fun, super productive. And I just wanted to max out my stats: strength, money, health, relationships. Once I learned about like just leveling up every one of my stats, that's all I started to care about. Like I literally stopped caring about anything else, like the TV shows, cinema, holidays. I don't know how. To be fair, I never really cared about this stuff that much, especially back in the day. Before then, it was grinding video games. That's all I cared about. Didn't care about any of these things. And I realized the whole point of making money and success is so that I then have the freedom to grind on my next goal. A lot of people think grinding is the whole point, and is the whole point of having money is to then just spend it on useless things. But no, I believe that having money and success is to then have the freedom to then grind on whatever you want, whether it's fighting, writing a book, any of your next goals. Just have the freedom to do that, and rather than being forced to do the things you hate. So yeah, I went on a journey, kept trying to level up my physique in like around 2 years. So I made pretty good progress in the first few months, newbie gains, and this kind of stayed stagnant for a while. Kept getting better obviously, but it stayed pretty slow until around this point here was when I started to truly research and truly find the way to make my effort the greatest return on investment, like to get the most out of what I was doing. And that's when I truly transformed my physique. So if you're like me, you might be able to relate. You just want to keep leveling up every aspect, keep grinding, and you spend all of your free time just researching how to level up faster and more efficiently to get a better ROI on your effort. This is super vital in my life because I used to do the exact same when I was a kid with video games. I would always research how to get to the next level as fast as possible and speed run the game. That's something that I used to do very often. I used to always just research, how do I get better at this game? What practice do I need to do to get better at this game? Same with exams. All of my exams, I would literally spend months researching and planning my revision, but not actually doing any. I would just spend loads of time planning it, and then I would just speed run the revision like a few weeks before the exam because I liked the stress and the adrenaline that it gave me. Because I had already spent months planning, it's like now I have to actually do it. I've only got a few weeks. That stress and that adrenaline pumping is, yeah, it's super fun to me. And then finally with gym, I spent years researching, trying different diets, different splits, different exercise. Literally every day for months I'd be watching these fitness influencers, Jeff Nippard, Dr. Mike Israetel. Literally, you probably understand by now, but all I wanted to do was just get fast results, speed run, and get faster and faster results in the gym. If your favorite part of the day is the gym or some sort of like hard work, some sort of grind that you're on, then you can probably relate to me because this is the productive activity that makes us feel alive. And especially with the gym, it's like the only time that I have like a great release of emotion. I'm not sure many of you might be able to relate, but throughout the day there's just I don't know if it's just a man thing, but there's just not really much emotion. That's like I don't really feel much things except for when I'm in the gym. That's when you truly feel what you feel alive and you can just let out everything, and your whole mood for the rest of the day improves after a good session. You know, in the morning or maybe you go to the gym and you're training super hard, you go super intense, it's literally the hardest session ever, and you just know the rest of your day is so much better because you feel like you've actually done something with your life. You feel like you've actually been productive, and that's why, yeah, my whole mood literally gets better once I have a good gym session. And if not, I just feel like lazy, just like wasted up the whole day basically. And when it came to the same process, but in the real world, especially with the researching I was talking about, there'd be two main things that I would research in order to speed up my results. Number one is how to get my dream physique faster than everyone around me. You probably know by now, but that's literally all I cared about. I wanted to soar above everyone else. And in order to do that, I had to work harder, but also to work smarter. Because I just wanted my dream physique. I wanted to do it faster than everyone else, better than everyone else. And another thing that I also wanted to do was eliminate my brain fog and have superhuman energy and focus all day in order to grind business like no one has before. All I wanted to do by this point was just grind, just spend time being productive, because by this point, when I realized that the super hard work is what actually improves the mood for the rest of my whole day, just in general, that's what I wanted to do, was just have as many productive hours as possible. And on this journey to completing these two tasks, I got a lot of bonus side effects, which I'm going to explain to you how I actually achieved them. No blow, never got acne since, don't get sore again even if I train the same muscle, I don't get sick anymore. It's been 6+ months since I've been ill, since I started implementing this process that I'm going to teach you. Zero brain fog, can sleep for 5 to 6 hours and still perform incredibly with no caffeine. This is bone broth, by the way, this isn't coffee. And I don't even yawn anymore. Back in the day I used to get 8-9 hours sleep and I'd still be yawning in school so often. I'd just be always tired. Can go long periods of time with no food easily, and training fasted becomes super efficient. So these are just some side benefits that I noticed, and I'll touch on that more when we actually get to the process that I use to achieve these things. And I finally, after literally years of researching everything from human evolution, human biology, learning how to optimize every single part of my brain and body in order to firstly get my dream physique, and also to improve my brain, my mental performance, my mental clarity, eliminate brain fog basically. I finally developed a method for those of you out there who are just like me, who want to do the exact same things as me, like just feel as good, grind, and have as many productive hours as possible basically, and also get jacked in the process. That was a big thing. So who just want to speed run reaching max stats basically, to reach a dream physique and make your brain sharper than ever, to help your business progress, and you don't care about anything else. Yeah, enough said there. So who is this for, this process? If you could relate to anything in my story or here, then you want to level up every stat in your life as efficiently as possible, then this is going to help you a lot. If you stop caring about parties, TV shows, junk food, scrolling, all of these cheap dopamine sources, and you're ready to actually level up in life, then this is about to help you quite a lot. If you're ready to give up any bad habits in order to actually start mastering your craft, then it's going to help you a lot, because you might be having some bad habits right now, like you're scrolling, you're still eating some junk food, you're still wasting time, but you want to level up, then yeah, this is going to help. If you want to carry a lean aesthetic physique everywhere you go, this is exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to feel like that compression shirt build here, like just the feeling of that, walking around with that lean aesthetic physique, that was just really appealing to me. If you want to make more money in your business by having high levels of focus all day, then this should help you in that as well, because you'll be able to work for hours straight with no breaks, no caffeine, no food. I just made a video actually on my Instagram of me working for 7 hours straight, even though like maybe 6 months ago, before this whole process, I could not even work for 20-30 minutes straight without needing to take a break, without being hungry, without feeling tired, all of these things. So the fact that I can now focus for hours straight is honestly mind-blowing to me, because if you told me 6 months ago that I could do that, I would laugh, because my attention span was so bad, my focus was awful, and it's all to do with your hormones. So once I learned how to do that, it made things a lot easier. Obviously, it's not just that. Obviously, I did actually try and focus as well, but I would never be able to do anything like that previously. So if you want to also balance your getting your dream physique with full-time work, then this is going to be super helpful. If you're spending a lot of time working in your productive hours, but you still want to have time to go to the gym, get your dream physique, then this is 100% going to help you in that as well. So quickly, before we actually go on to the process, the issue with most fitness coaches and influencers, they're all brainwashed and none of them care about giving you the most efficient results as possible. They make their content, they make their coaching programs all for the average person, which is why you can't listen to them if you don't want to be part of the average. They might try and take the person from average to slightly better, but I don't even want to be close to that. So that's why I developed a method to make results like super fast, super efficient. So this method is for those who want to rise to a level miles above the average. And spoiler, there's a way, this is the method I'm about to teach you. There's a way you don't have to do cardio, you don't have to track calories, you don't have to bulk and cut, spend hours in the gym, and you don't even have to control your portion sizes. And all of this while getting effortlessly shredded, jacked, and achieving high levels of focus and energy throughout the whole day. And before you start thinking, let me just explain why. What is the catch? The reason it requires massive levels of effort and discipline that 99% of people would never be able to stick to. However, we can, because we care more about the results than the cheap dopamine. Once you develop this mindset of only caring about the results rather than the junk food, rather than the scrolling, then you're going to be able to soar to another level. However, these fitness coaches and influencers' main audience is the 99% of people that they teach. So they teach the ineffective methods that requires little effort and little discipline and gives mediocre results that takes years while allowing them to still indulge in the cheap dopamine. I want you to read that again. 99% of the people listen to these coaches because they want to put in little effort, little discipline, and they don't mind waiting for years for results because they are still allowed to indulge in the cheap dopamine. And this is why they have these mediocre methods like tracking your calories, like doing long cardio, literally wasting time, wasting your energy on the Stairmaster. You're literally wasting your own energy. You could spend that actually working out or spend that energy on something productive, but you're just wasting away. Low calorie, high protein meals. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And bulking and cutting. So they focus on these things. I'm sure you've probably seen so many high protein, low calorie recipes online. Just remember, this is made for the 99% of people who want to have something taste nice for 5 minutes and then let it poison their body for the next 24 hours. So let's get on to the process. How did I do it? How did I make this transformation? These are all focused on optimizing your hormones and performance to achieve our dream physique and eliminate brain fog. So the 4-step process. Number 1 is a bulletproof mindset. This is going to help level up your mindset that you're not going to be part of the 99%. You're actually going to be able to stick to things, stick to the hard discipline and the effort, and therefore it's going to help you actually follow the next 3 steps for a long period of time and achieves great results. Number 2 is the carnivore diet. I'll come into that a bit later. Number 3 is high volume training. This again is something that most fitness influencers don't teach because it requires quite a lot of effort compared to the methods that they teach, which is like do 1 or 2 sets to failure and you'll make results. If you want slow results that take a year or take years even, then yeah, go ahead and listen to them. But for me, I want results fast and I want it now, okay? I want to be jacked now. I don't care about how much effort I have to put in. I want them now. And 4 is the biohacking lifestyle habits that's going to help propel you to further levels beyond just your diet and training. So let's start with the bulletproof mindset. As I said, 99% of people can't stick to anything hard, and this is all because of their mindset. So here's a few mindset tricks that you can implement to become bulletproof even when you're stuck. On my YouTube channel, there's going to be a lot of mindset videos, so I go into detail into most of these topics, a lot more into those, so you can watch those, but here's a brief introduction on each. Number 1, you've seen the vision, dream life. What you need to imagine before you start your transformation, or even where you are currently in your transformation, you need to see the dream life that you have. You need to see the dream physique that you have. You've already seen it in your head. Like, I don't care if you believe in God or anything, but the image has been put into your head of the final destination. Anything you want, it's in your mind for a reason. Because of your whole life, it's led you up to reach that final destination, and that's already been shown to you. You can see the final destination. Now you just need to stick on the path to get to that final destination. Every moment, every single decision that you make, every single challenge that you face, everything in your life now, just imagine you are on that path. Every single decision that you have to make, there's 2 routes. There's one that keeps you on the path to that final destination that you've already seen, that you can already see, and the other route just makes you fall off and takes you further and further away from that desired outcome. Let me give you an example. You woke up, you're tired, you don't want to go to the gym, you just want to sit at home and you can't be asked to go to the gym. So you've got that decision. Either you go to the gym when you don't want to, or you just stay at home. You've got the 2 paths. One of them leads you towards that final destination that you can already see, and the other one just takes you further away. So you need to have this mindset. Every single moment is the exact same. Same with a meal. Let's say you're out with your family for dinner and they're offering you some cake, I don't know. So now this is another moment, another decision. You have 2 parts. One of them takes you closer to that vision that you can currently see, the one that's already in your mind. Just picture that vision. So one path where you avoid, you say no thanks, I'm good. One of them takes you closer to that vision, and one of them takes you further away. The one where you're like, okay, I'm going to give in to temptation, I'm going to eat that cake, and it just takes you further away from that dream vision that you already have. The fact that I keep saying you already have it is because you can already see it. You can already see the final destination. You just have to stick on the path. So yeah, make the decision that keeps you on the path to your dream life. And remember that in every single moment, every single challenge, literally try and keep reminding yourself, every moment, am I on the right path? Every 10 minutes later, is this activity on the right path? Okay, that one helped me quite a lot. Number 2, inspirational note and inspirational audio. Okay, so these 2 things were super important in helping me train super hard in the gym. So the inspirational audio, I wouldn't listen to music in the gym during this period of time that I truly transformed, especially near the end of the 2-year period when I was getting closer and closer to my dream physique. I would not listen to music. What I'd listen to is, DM me on Instagram if you want the exact one that I use, but I had an audio note which was around 25 minutes long, and it was just inspirational quotes from people like Conor McGregor, Alex Hormozi, just loads and loads of quotes, things that people have said, and I combined it all into one audio strip, and I kept listening to that. You know when you're scrolling on your reels and you see a bit of motivation, you hear someone talking about something and it sparks your motivation for like 30 seconds. Imagine that for 25 minutes straight when you're in the gym. You're super motivated, and that helps quite a lot. And the inspirational note, I had a notes page on my app, on the notes app, and on it would have everything. It would have like my deepest, it would have like my dream life firstly. It would have like childhood traumas, just anything you can put anything on there that just truly motivates you, keeps you inspired. You can put like heartbreak, anything that will help you just reach a different level in the gym. So on mine I had like my dream life. This was the main thing that helped me. A picture of like my dream physique. Imagine every time before each set you just see your dream physique, you can see the vision, and imagine how much harder you're going to train. So these two things help quite a lot. DM me if you want the exact audio that I used on Instagram. Next, fear for diet. So I feel like the best emotion that you can use to never cheat on your diet is fear. For me now, once I've achieved these superhuman benefits that I'm going to come on to here, these superhuman benefits, now I fear that if I cheat on them, I'll lose the benefits, because I have done it. I've cheated, not super extremely, but I've had maybe like a bite or a few bites of something ages ago, and I just feel like I lose the benefits. I feel like I get worse, and then again I get further and further away from the dream vision that I see. So since then I haven't cheated on my diet. It's been like over a year plus since I've ever cheated. I'm not lying. So yeah, I don't even have one bite, because when you have one bite, then imagine what you're thinking about for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, I want another bite. I understand. So yeah, fear for your not cheating on your diet is a deadly motivator. It's going to compel you to never cheat on your diet, because you don't want to lose the superhuman benefits that we're going to come on to next. Back in the day, I never used to cheat on my diet as well because of the fear of getting acne. I used to have pretty bad acne. We're going to come on to that as well here. So I feared that even if I had a little bit of sugar or a little bit of processed food, that would trigger my acne, because it did in certain times. So I'm not going to lie to you, fear helped me quite a lot. You have to learn to manipulate fear and use it as an emotion to never cheat, to never skip a day. On the other hand, fear for the gym is also super useful, but I would learn to manipulate and to use these emotions for the gym. Anger, desire, sadness, and these come onto the inspirational notes and audio, because especially the audio, it helps drive desire and motivation. Because imagine in the gym you're just hearing motivational quotes from all your inspirations, and also on the note, like as I said before, I would have my dream life. So that desire helped me push through in the gym and train harder than ever. And I told you, I want results now, so I need to train harder than everyone else, and I need to train smarter than everyone else. And finally, today could be a lucky day. If you ever think about skipping the gym, today could be the day that you get lucky. Today could be the day you see your abs for the first time. Today could be the day that God teaches you a lesson during a workout that you never would have had, and that could be the thing that motivates you to go to the gym every day for 6 years straight. Think about that. You would never have had that lesson previously, so that also helped quite a lot. Number 2, carnivore diet. I'm only going to mention the benefits and how to start, because this video will be way too long. I've made a full detailed guide. You can check the YouTube for that. I'll put it in the description as well. But these benefits stem from the optimization of your hormones. Let me just show you this is the full guide I made on it. Literally go into detail about everything. Why is it superior to fat loss, building muscle, benefits, mistakes, how to start, literally everything, even a food pyramid, everything you need to know. So go check out that full guide. So yeah, I'm only going to go through the benefits and how to start. So let me go through quickly the benefits that I've seen and experienced on this diet. Superhuman muscle gain, effortless shredding, zero brain fog, high focus and energy all day, can sleep for 5 to 6 hours and still perform with no caffeine. This one is honestly, I never even expected to get anything like this, but literally my body will sometimes just wake me up after 6 hours, and I don't feel sluggish at all. Just feel super awake and sharp, straight to work. You'll see some of my videos on the YouTube, they're made at like 4 a.m. because I just wake up and I can instantly just start talking. just perform as good as normal, even with less sleep. I can eat as much as I want and still get shredded. This is no joke. I eat probably close to, if not more than 4,000 calories every day. When previously I used to eat like around 2k when I was tracking, but now I can eat over 4k some days easily and I'm still get shredded. And I explain exactly how that works in the full carnivore guide. Don't need to set 50 alarms, as I mentioned before. My body will just wake me up after like around 7 hours normally. I don't even need to set any alarms. Sometimes if I've got something super important the next day, I'll set an alarm, but most days I don't even have alarms. I just wake up naturally around after 7 hours. Higher endurance. This one's crazy. My endurance was awful before, because as I told you before that I basically stopped all sports. So my endurance was pretty bad, but it's got a lot better now. Don't get sore anymore. I know it sounds crazy, but I can train same muscle every day and I don't get sore because my recovery is on point because of this diet. Never got acne since, so I haven't actually even ever got even one bit of acne since I started the carnivore diet, which is crazy to think about. Someone who used to have pretty bad acne. This is actually even a good picture of it. It used to get worse, but I didn't take pictures because I cared too much. No bloat. Haven't got ill once. Not even freshers flu. So I went through freshers. If you don't know, it's at the start of university. Everyone gets ill because firstly everyone's drinking, things like that, and then everyone's in the club together dancing. So everyone in my whole accommodation, literally everyone I know had freshers flu and I still didn't get it. It's not a coincidence. Everyone else hanging out with was ill, so how did I not get ill? I was in the club with everyone who was ill, so it's not a coincidence. It's not just luck. It's because you getting ill is so much more unlikely on carnivore. Again, I explained that more in detail in the full guide. I can fast for hours with ease, and fasted workouts I can train even harder. You kind of just go into a spiritual realm almost during fasted workouts, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm not lying to you. These are actually the benefits I've seen. You can search up benefits of carnivore online if you don't believe me. There's many other people who experience the exact same things here. These are just kind of personal to me, but most of these you'll see online, many people talking about. So now you've understood carnivore, why I wanted to do it, because you should know me by now, the fact that I just want results now. I want to feel the best now. I want to have my dream physique now. So that's exactly why I did it, because these benefits were very appealing to me. I wanted to feel super good now, so that's exactly what I do. So how do you start? All you eat is just meat and eggs, and here you can have organs and bone marrow, bone broth. You keep eating that until you're full, and that's it. It's the simplest diet out there. And you drink water. You don't drink anything else. You don't have any fruit, any vegetables, any plants. You don't have any artificial sweeteners, not even coffee. I used to also be someone who used to drink loads of coffee, loads of caffeine I used to have, but don't even need that anymore because of the energy that it gives me. So yeah, you basically just eat fatty meat until you're full. Any meat that you want. It doesn't really matter too much. It's better to focus on red meat, but you can have pretty much any meat. 1 to 2 grams of fat to every gram of protein that you should eat. This is just a rough range. If you're eating fatty meat until you're full with eggs, and you're adding a bit of fat when you're cooking, adding butter or something, then you're gonna probably be in this range, which is good enough. Have water. Yeah, drink as much water as you want, as your body tells you to. Another thing with this is you can actually listen to your body. You can listen to how hungry, you can listen to your hunger signals, I mean. Salt to taste. Salt all your food as much as it tastes good. Again, you can start listening to your signals. No plants, limit dairy. You can have some dairy if you want. However, I feel like it can definitely stop some of these benefits. I had a period of time where I was having loads of yogurt, loads of cheese, and I just started to feel my brain getting a bit slower. I started to gain a little bit of fat. Still had most of these benefits, but just don't go overboard. Have a little bit of dairy. Just don't replace whole meals with dairy, basically. Patience. It takes around 1 to 2 months for all of these benefits basically to kick in. This is as you're getting fat adapted, and for 1 month your workouts may become a bit worse because you're still not properly fat adapted. Your body still doesn't properly know how to use fat for energy. And yeah, basically just meat and water. I told you 99% of people couldn't do it. They want to still indulge in the cheap dopamine, the junk food. However, I don't care. I couldn't care less about the taste of the food. I just wanted to feel good and get all these benefits. So for me, it's perfect. I don't care anymore how food tastes. Yes, I just wanted the benefits. And also, one more point. Eating clean isn't enough for the superhuman results. This is how I used to eat previous to going carnivore. So salmon, eggs, chicken breast, eggs, yogurt, avocado, eggs on toast, chicken, again, more eggs on toast, yogurt bowls. And this is how I used to eat, and I used to feel pretty good. This is probably miles better than what you're currently eating, so it's a very good start to switch to whole foods mainly. You'll feel a lot better. However, you won't get most of these superhuman benefits. These I only experienced after I switched to carnivore. If you just want to feel better, be healthier, then obviously this is good, eating whole foods. However, for me, as we know, I do not care about how it tastes. I just want to get these benefits and feel as good as possible, get results as fast as possible, speed run the game. So this is stuff that you need to eat now, just literally meat and eggs, a bit of cheese there. So that's how I currently eat. If you're planning to start carnivore or you want to learn anything about carnivore, then check the full guide. I explain literally everything you need to know in that. Okay, next we got high volume training. This is the third part of the pillars that I used. And again, I've got a full video about this explaining exactly how to do it, but I'll go through briefly how to do it. So, high volume training is when you do a lot more sets with better form, and all of these, you try to reach failure with the amount of sets you do rather than the amount of reps. So, let me explain quickly why it's good for boosting your hormones. You have these anabolic hormones that your body produces naturally, and when you do high volume training rather than high intensity, it greatly increases the release of testosterone, growth hormones, and also your thyroid production. So firstly, when you're doing loads of sets, let's say you're doing 10 sets for pull-ups, you're going to have shorter rest times, so this doesn't drop your heart rate back to resting. Therefore, there's a constant higher release of test and growth hormones, which leads to more muscle growth. Also, each set you're not doing fully to failure, you're stopping 1 or 2 reps shy of failure. What I say to people is the rep that you struggle a lot to do, like you're shaking but you get it in the end, just stop 1 before that. Therefore, you're not fatiguing your central nervous system, which means you're not getting massive cortisol stress spikes, which leads to the better balance of other hormones, but also you're allowing for better recovery, and therefore you can train more frequently and therefore more muscle growth. Finally, because your each set is shy of failure, you're not going to be swinging the weight, so you want to be doing super good form. I don't know why people still ego lift, like it's literally just momentum and the air that's getting more jacked then, because your muscles aren't the ones working properly if you're using bad form. It's the momentum, which isn't, you can't even see it. It's just it's the momentum that's actually getting jacked more than you. So you want to be using better form. Make sure you're using every muscle You can feel the muscle when you do it. So yeah, better form, more controlled eccentric when you use better form. So this firstly leads to a greater release of anabolic hormones, which leads to more muscle growth, but also there's more mechanical tension on the muscles, which leads to more muscle growth. So how do we actually do high volume training? So reps, you want just moderate reps. It doesn't actually matter too much, just anywhere from 8 to 15. You can do less, bit more, doesn't really matter too much. Sets is more important. High sets, you can start with maybe 5-6 sets each exercise, but try and work your way up to 10 to 20. Failure, you want to achieve failure with the amount of sets you're doing. So let's say you're doing pull-ups. First set you do 12, next set you do 11, and when it comes to the last set you're super tired, and this one you get maybe 4 or 5, and you're super tired, you can't necessarily do any more good sets. So that's how you want to actually achieve failure, rather than one set all out to failure. Last few reps is just wrecking your central nervous system, wrecking your recovery. So you don't want to be doing that. Intensity, each set you want to leave 1 to 2 reps in the tank. Yeah, I told you how to do that before. Split honestly doesn't matter. There'll be people out there that convince you, oh, you have to do a certain type of split and it's better for muscle growth, but honestly it doesn't really matter that much. My split right now is basically chest, biceps and shoulders, and then back and triceps, and then legs, but sometimes I'll switch it up. Sometimes I'll just do a full body day, because I don't even get sore anymore, as I mentioned, so I can do exactly whatever I want. There'll be days where I do full body 2 days in a row and I'm completely fine. So my split changes, but just make sure you're hitting each muscle at least 2 times a week, and if you're not getting sore you can hit it more times a week. By the way, the soreness only came after like a month of carnivore. Like I stopped getting sore completely, because I thought my 1 month of carnivore, my workouts were a bit worse. So I thought, okay, maybe my workouts are worse, I can't train as much, so that's why I'm not getting as sore. But then after a month period, once I properly got fat adapted, my workouts got a lot better. So I started training a lot harder, super intense, but I still didn't get sore. So that's why it felt crazy, because I was training harder than ever before, and I still wasn't getting sore. Honestly, that's why I feel like it's a superpower. Rest times. Rest times want to be pretty short, as I mentioned before, to not let your heart rate go back to resting, so you keep releasing testosterone and growth hormones. So 30 to 45 seconds between sets. The last few sets of your exercise you can go closer to a minute. Yeah, what I like to say is the end of your heavy breathing. So after you do a set, you're breathing pretty heavily, and once it starts to slow down and your breath comes back to normal, just before that is when you should start your next set. That's just a mental cue I like to use. Form. Make sure your form is on point. You're going to be doing less intense for each set, so you need to make sure your form is super good. Squeeze on each rep. Control the eccentric. So when you're going down, control it. And mind muscle. Mind muscle is actually pretty important. You want to actually feel the muscle as much as possible. I feel this especially on certain small muscles like rear delts. A lot of people, they just do rear delt flies. They act like they're actually working it, but they don't even feel the muscle. So that's why I like to do it super slowly and just think, how do I activate that muscle? And then once you get it, then you can start going hard. A lot of people just go straight into it. They're not even using the muscles that they want to. Finally, we got the biohacking lifestyle. Here's a couple tips that's just going to help you go to a next level, because as we know, I want results now. So here's some things that help. Number 1, we've got sunlight. You want to be getting as much sunlight as possible. Vitamin D acts as a hormone regulator, and it helps convert cholesterol into testosterone. It reduces cortisol. Just get as much sunlight as possible. and it's just going to improve your mood as well. Secondly, no alcohol. I know you might be drinking, I used to as well, but it literally kills every hormone in your body. It wrecks all of them. It breaks down testosterone, turns it into estrogen, and the level that alcohol actually poisons you and wrecks your hormones is a level that even I don't understand. It does it in way like you won't be able to comprehend how bad it is for every single one of your hormones in your body. So yeah, try and limit your alcohol consumption. Sauna. There is quite a lot of evidence that sauna helps release anabolic hormones like growth hormone, and also it removes microplastics and helps you sweat out the toxins in your body. So it can be good for that. Fasting is super important. It's super helpful as a tool. Massive boost in testosterone and growth hormones, and reduces your baseline level of cortisol. Also, it can help you get fat adapted faster. So as I said, that 1 month period of fat adaptation, fasting during this period of time, intermittent or even like a longer fast, can help you speed up the process of becoming fat adapted. Major health benefits of fasting, but in our context it's just going to help boost your hormones. It also helps clean out your cells, autophagy, but in our case right now all we care about is the hormones and becoming fat adapted. So that's the main reasons why I use fasting. Walking. Just start walking more. A lot of people nowadays, they just sit in their room, do nothing, think working out, going to the gym and then coming home is enough. Just walk. It reduces your cortisol. You can explore nature. Like, just start walking more, and especially it also helps reduce your insulin sensitivity. Increase your insulin sensitivity, because especially walking after meals, because it just helps balance your insulin and make it more low and stable, which is firstly the point of the carnivore, but it makes it even better. There's no downsides to walking, like, just do more. Sprinting and intense lifting, this boosts all anabolic hormones. We can come on to the evolution point of this when people were hunting, that these things, you need the testosterone and growth hormone boost. So sprinting and intense lifting is super good for boosting anabolic hormones. Finally, sleeping. This is when growth hormone and testosterone are actually released, and additionally bad sleep increases your cortisol. So the way to optimize your sleep is, firstly, don't get any blue light before bed. This means turn off your phone, turn off your laptop 1 hour at least before bed, or you can wear something like these blue light blockers. I still think it's better to just switch off your phone completely an hour before bed. And secondly, you can help reset your circadian rhythm by waking up and looking at the sunlight, and looking at the sunset before you sleep. This is because the sunrise, when you get sun in your eyes, it helps wake you up, and the sunset, the red light waves help your body produce melatonin to just calm down your body, wind down, and help you fall asleep easier, and this will lead to better growth hormone release and testosterone release. So yeah, sleeping is super important. Okay, so now you've learned the four pillars of actually transforming. So what do you do now? Try and use as much of the value from this video as possible, and I guarantee you're going to see major changes in your energy levels, in your focus, and in your physique. Watch the full carnivore guide in the description to learn how to implement this into your life. I didn't go into it as much detail in the diet as possible, but there's a lot to talk about there, so check that out. But now, if you've watched that and you've watched this video, you should have all the knowledge you will ever need if you actually paid attention and maybe took some notes down. However, if you need any help implementing these techniques into your personal life to stay consistent, or you just want to achieve faster results, remember, I made this transformation in less than 2 years because I wanted the results literally ASAP. So, and after learning from my trial and errors, you could make it a hell of a lot faster than me. So yeah, just DM me Aesthetic for one-to-one coaching, and yeah, I'll see if you're a good fit. to help you transform quickly.